So I'm literally just going to do this the best that I can considering the situation. I am literally parked outside of my son's tutoring right now while all of the parents in Eastvale are showing up. So I'm probably going to look like a little bit of an asshole, but who the fuck cares? I'm Charlie. Welcome to Vexing Vegan. I have undergone a little bit of a rebrand process lately. It's taken me about a year to really find myself on social media and figure out who I am. And I think a lot of it was forced in the fact that I was really trying to niche myself into a genre where I wasn't passionate about it. And I went vegan in December of 2017. And a lot of people have their own reasons for going vegan. Some people will do it for the animals, some people do it for the environment, some people do it for the politics, some people do it for health reasons. I did it because I got food poisoning twice in a row, back to back, and it turned me off to food. Like, when food consistently makes you sick, it's just one of those things that you get turned off to. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I just, I was bitter. I was holding a grudge and I just didn't want to eat food. And I realized that it happened after I had eaten something I wasn't necessarily familiar with. So my mind created this whole process that certain foods, they're dangerous when you handle them. Like, you handle raw chicken, you handle raw eggs, you handle raw meat. Like, there's salmonella and all different types of bacteria and stuff that can make you sick, and you can get food poisoning from undercooked food. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, why am I putting this shit in my body? So I reached out to my best friend who's been vegan for at least the last 5 years, and I asked her for help. She talked me through going vegetarian years ago before I got pregnant. And so I reached out to her again. Being vegetarian was very difficult. Back then, I say back then like it was forever ago, but times change and technology advances and food advances and science advances, and we all advance and we grow as human beings, and stuff gets better, life gets better in general. So it was really difficult for me as a vegetarian because the options were very limited as far as food. And I didn't necessarily do my research, and I didn't do things the right way. And I found myself relying a lot on dairy products for fats and proteins, and I ended up becoming protein deficient. So when I got pregnant and the baby started taking a lot out of me, it just wasn't a good look all around. And so I ended up going back to meat and other animal products and just lost complete control. Junk food everywhere, just processed foods, high sodium, high fat. So obviously something had to give. I was a little bit wary of making a decision to change again, and specifically because I live in a house full of omnivores. My husband is very much, double cheeseburger, chili cheese fries, pepperoni and sausage pizza. Like, it's just meat everything. And that's, how his family was raised. And so I needed to stress the importance of making a decision that I would be supported through. And that is key, because I'm not going to force the people in my household to make the same decision. I feel like food, politics, sports, religion, it's all choices, and you have to have people who are on board. Support systems are extremely important. Like your family, your household, your relationship, your spouse, your partner, they all have to be on board with what it is that you're doing. Otherwise, it's really not going to work. And so I was worried that my husband wasn't going to understand the choice that I was making, that it was going to be difficult, that I was going to be cooking one type of food for myself and one type of food for him. And I literally just told him point blank, I'm doing this for me. You can support me, or you can make your own food, period. Like, it just came down to that. I told him I can't do this without your support, and I don't need you to understand, and I don't need you to ask questions, but I just need you to support me. And he said, okay. So there began the journey. I feel like there are levels to veganism. There are people who are just vegan there's different strands of vegans. You've got the people who won't eat animal products, won't wear animal products, won't use animal products, and you've got people who just make it a choice to be vegan as far as food is concerned, but they still use products that either were derived from animals or were tested on animals. You've got people that will go so far as to figure out if there was an animal in the building at the time that something was processed. Like, I don't know, there's levels to veganism. And let me tell you that making the decision to go vegan and be public about it is the one thing I have done in my life beyond anything else that has opened me up to the most scrutiny ever. Like, even beyond parenting, like when you get pregnant and you have kids, other moms feel the need to tell you how to be pregnant and to have kids and how to raise kids. Like, everybody feels the need to tell you about your business. When you own pets, everybody feels the need to tell you about your business. Fuck me. Going vegan, oh my God. There are some very angry vegans out there. Very angry vegans. And the second that you do something microscopically outside of the realm of veganism, you will hear about it. I am not here for this. I am not about that life. I'm literally just a reformed fat girl trying to get a veggie burger and just fucking live my life. For me, the choice was about food. It's not about anything else. I realize as I'm getting older, I'm turning into a little bit of a feminist hipster, and I'm totally fine with that. And I'm making more conscientious choices in smaller areas to do things like, you know, make sure I use my reusable shopping bags, or, you know, switching to bamboo toothbrushes, maybe not utilizing as much plastic, avoiding plastic straws, recycling, etc., etc. I'm making conscientious decisions about things that affect the environment overall, but there's still, God, if you're going to give up everything, it's a process. It's a literal process. And to just stop living life as you know it and just make a complete change down to the way you live. I mean, I've got kids. I've got other people in my household. I can't be worried about all that right now. Does that make me a shitty vegan? I don't give a fuck. Realistically, I made a choice for me, and what this journey for me is all about is learning to find a way to still enjoy food, but not try to kill myself over it. You dig? Like, I'm not about that whole, I hate calling them preachy vegans, because listen, people are just passionate about shit. And a lot of times when we get passionate about stuff as human beings, we don't know how to properly communicate that with other human beings without it turning into anger and being preachy and all types of shit. I think for me, because I grew up in the church, like, I can say it's preachy because I went to some really preachy churches and I did some really preachy things. So I'm not trying to be a preachy vegan. Does that make sense? So yeah, listen, if you're here, this channel is going to be purely about enjoying the food aspect of being vegan. That's all it is. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find the best vegan food in Southern California. I'm going to make some vegan food. We're going to eat some vegan food. I'm going to mukbang the shit out this channel. We're going to live it the fuck up, because I think where this becomes my passion is in the people who think that eating plant-based foods, going plant-based, going vegetarian, going vegan, going pescatarian, whatever small change you're willing to make in your life to try this out, they swear all we do is sit around and eat broccoli and carrots and raw nuts and just not shave our armpits. And I shave my armpits, and I eat good food. I eat really good food. I make really good food, okay? Food is my love language. And for me, I grew up in a Hispanic household where all we did was just cook and feed people and just eat. And that was how my grandma showed her love. And that's how I show my love. Food is my love language. And so if you're here and you want to eat some good food and you want to know where the good food is, and you just want to speak that food love language with me, but you're not entirely sure about the process of going vegan or eating vegan or being vegan, then we're going to take this journey together. There's no judgment here. There's no rules here. There's no expectations here. We're just going to eat all the vegan food, and we're going to do it together. So I hope you guys really enjoy the journey. I thank you for coming along on this ride, and I really hope that I don't have to film every single episode in my fucking car, because I'm a busy professional mom who's constantly on the go, and this is the only time I get to myself. There's no private potty time in my house. I have a toddler and a cat and people who constantly fucking need me for something. So this is my only me time, and I'm going to share it with you folks, but I'm going to try not to do it in my car all the time, because this is, dude, I look fucking insane right now. I do, which is fine. You know, I'm sitting in front of a tutoring center where parents are legitimately concerned about their kids, and they have every reason to be, and I'm sitting here talking to my rearview mirror. So Anyways, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so you can get notified anytime I post a new video. I believe the next video I'm going to be posting is going to be the Impossible Burger mukbang. So, yeah, stay tuned.